there was a story coming out that we talked about it. Me and Anthony talked about it on our show, Caged in MMA, the other day, about Khabib going out to Russia and telling Ferguson that he'll fight him in August, which practically backed out of his fight. Now, the story came out today that Gunther is going to step in for Khabib and fight Ferguson at UFC 249, which has not been canceled, which I'm very surprised. And I don't know what Dana White is doing. And I have taken my shots at Dana White, or what I thought about Dana White throughout Caged in MMA. And everybody knows my lack of thought to who he is as a president and as, I guess, the commissioner of MMA. The problem is right now, I don't think Gunther has a chance, had a chance against Conor. I definitely don't think he has a chance against Ferguson. I wouldn't be so surprised if Ferguson knocks him out in the second round. Now, Ferguson did not train for Gunther, so Gunther is going into this fight on a whim as well. So there is no advantage to a fight. And anybody that knows anything about fighting knows that it's all, to me, it's all matchups. Fighting is just like basketball is, just like baseball is, just like hockey is. It's all about matchups. Oh, we're going to put Anthony on. Let's put Anthony on because Anthony's on the phone right now. What's up, Ant?
What's going on, buddy? No, I was waiting all day for this one because I knew you were going to bring this up. And you want to know something? I'll tell you this right now. For probably one of the first times I'll agree with something that you said yesterday. Dana White is the biggest moron I've ever seen in my entire life for making this fight continue. He could have saved a lot of face by letting this whole thing just cancel out, push it, reschedule it. By putting Gaethje in there with Ferguson, first off, this is going to be you're going to have better numbers with that free fight that they did in Brazil with nobody being there. I'm so pissed off at this. I don't even want to watch it.
And let's say
the whole fight card is disgusting.
If Ferguson fights, Ferguson fights Gunther, which it seems like he is, Gunther was supposed to fight at UFC 252 against Conor McGregor. If he loses, does he fight Conor McGregor? I would say no. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
So who fights Conor McGregor next? That's the question.
This was the master plan.
Yep. You know what? Masvidal. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Khabib and McGregor too.
You think so? I think it's Masvidal.
Yes.
I think what they're setting up right now is Khabib, Ferguson in August, and UFC 252 Masvidal. That's what I think
I'm
they're going to.
Right now, Dana White is going to make him dance for that fight in August for a title shot. Let me explain why. In the prelims, do you know who's fighting in the prelims on this fight card, and he has not canceled his bout yet?
Who?
Khabib's little brother.
It's just
why is somebody one place and the other one's not?
That's what I'm saying. And I've said this over and over again, and I'll tell you this right now. Dana White is not only the biggest idiot in professional sports. I think Dana White thinks that he's bigger than everybody else, and that's the problem.
There's no need to hold on to the fight card. There's no need to. It's I don't know why. There's no desperation here in doing this fight. When if you just push it back, just like all the other sports, you're not losing money to something else. What the hell are you losing money to? WrestleMania? What are you losing money to?
Which is on tonight as well. I mean, actually, it was on last night, right?
Yeah.
It was on last night.
Gronk won for whatever reason.
What happened?
They made Gronk win, which you can tell how scripted that is.
What happened? I didn't hear you.
Gronk was at WrestleMania.
I don't know. I didn't watch it. I don't.
And I didn't watch it either, but I heard about it. I'm like, if that's not as scripted as you get.
The main thing is there's no desperation here to put this fight on. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm speechless over here. The co-main event is Rose versus Jessica Andrade. We've seen that one before.
Right. Yep.
And what happened? It didn't make it out of the first goddamn round. Why are we doing it again? You have Uriah Hall going against, and we're bringing up the old guys now. We're bringing the old guys back. You have the freaking alligator for crying out. You have Ronaldo. You have Ronaldo Souza going against Uriah Hall as the main event in the prelims on ESPN.
Right.
Okay. No, it's not even on the main card. You have the kid Qatar fighting.
And they think. Let me ask you this question, Anthony. The UFC thinks that people are going to buy this UFC 249. Nobody's going to buy this.
Everybody right now is saying, "Thank God I got a fire stick." You realize that, right?
Nobody's going to buy this. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not wasting my time in buying that. I'm not going to waste my time and buy it. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
This right here. There's no desperate, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over and again. Okay, if you're trying to prove something by having this fight card on, you're not proving anything.
Well, I'm telling you, Anthony. I told you.
It's terrible. This is a terrible fight card.
I told you when we talked about this on Friday. And I'll tell you,
terrible.
Boxing is moving forward, and UFC and MMA so far, what we've seen so far this year as moving backwards. That's what it is. It's moving back. Boxing's being smart. They're canceling their fights. They're moving their fights to other dates, moving it forward to other dates, and they're planning it the right way. The UFC is not planning this the right way. Dana White's all about the money. He's trying to put the fannies in the seats, or have people buying the pay-per-view, and this is a pay-per-view that nobody's going to waste their money in buying.
If you wanted to salvage any fans that you have during this, crazy time with the sickness and all that stuff that's been going on with the rescheduling of things, if you are going to go forward and have this being done, the only way that you would probably salvage this to try to get back to something, make it free. Make it free. Don't insult people's intelligence by actually trying to polish a turd and call it a diamond, because that's what this is.
That's a good line.
That's exactly what this
Speedy,
is.
do you want to polish a turd?
Ew.
That would be a no, Anthony.
Well, I'm just simply saying.
No, I agree with you, but Speedy doesn't want to polish a turd.
Listen, Errol, I'm pretty annoyed by this.
I know. That's why I'm trying to make you laugh.
You know me. I'm always usually trying to the half glass full guy when it comes to a lot of this stuff with promoters and stuff like that.
You better drink that glass and fill it up to the top, my friend.
This is like you didn't even try. This is like you didn't even try.
Well, I feel bad.
You didn't even try.
And
you threw this in front of Gaethje.
But here's the thing.
Gaethje's going to say no to this? What the hell does Gaethje care?
Yeah, here's the problem. I call him Gunthrow, but Gaethje, whatever his name is. But I will tell you this. This doesn't bode well for Ferguson, because if Ferguson somehow walks into a punch and gets knocked out, how does this benefit Ferguson in the future? It doesn't. This helps Gaethje.
Gaethje lost money with this fight. You know that, right?
Yeah, but it still helps Gaethje, because if Gaethje beat Ferguson, he has the chance to win, for the title fight against Khabib.
I'm shocked, but he's not beating Ferguson.
I know he's not beating Ferguson. I don't think Conor could beat Ferguson. I don't think Khabib could beat Ferguson. I think Ferguson's the best fighter in that division, and I think he's going to prove it.
Keeping Gaethje and McGregor was a decent. Keeping Gaethje and McGregor as a main event 5-round title fight was a nice competitive fight for fans. You know what I mean? In regards to keeping it, just bringing back some of that talent, like what we were talking about, even in alpha fight cards, keeping that balance going of nice, consistent fights and everything. You didn't do that with this.
Right.
You didn't. Because if you look at it online, after the Thug Rose and Jessica fight, which we know what happened, somebody doesn't get knocked out that decisively to the point where your head's around and you're unconscious, and then get a rematch.
Right.
You basically went out, just like a lot of these amateur fights do, and say, who else got their medicals, who's healthy, who's willing to fight. That's what you did. Mm-hmm. And that's what you put together. You put together this piece of crap.
And that's what it is. And that's what it is. And hey, listen, they could sell whatever they want. Nobody, like you said, if you have a Fire Stick, go out and buy a Fire Stick. I'll what do they call it? Crash it, unlock it. I could do it. I did it for all mine.
It's called fixing it.
Well, I could do it. I could do it. So if anybody wants their Fire Stick locked, unlocked.
Fixed.
Yeah, fixed. I'm sorry. Fixed. I can help you, because to me,
if you can't get what you want to see, it's broken. So you're getting it fixed.
Okay, fix your Fire Stick. I can do that. So, anyways, Anthony, if you guys don't know who Anthony Anderosi is, my partner in Caged in MMA. He called up because I brought up the UFC, and Speedy wanted to get into this story because it is a crazy story. I give Gaethje a lot of credit for jumping into this fight. It doesn't benefit Ferguson. It does benefit Gaethje. If Gaethje somehow wins this fight, which he
has
won't,
nothing to lose.
Yeah, he has nothing to lose. Yeah, exactly.
Even let's say this fight, even if he loses this fight in the first round or something, and he gets his 60-day suspension or what, he still can go and make that Conor McGregor money. Mm-hmm. The only person that has something to lose other than the UFC and the UFC fans on this is Ferguson. Mm-hmm. If I was Ferguson, I would say I would hold everybody's feet to the fire and say, no. Khabib's not going to have the control in this, and nobody else is going to have the control in this. Now I'm going to take control of this.
Mm-hmm. Well, because I think no, but I think Ferguson believes in his talent. I think Ferguson has a lot to prove. Ferguson will beat Gaethje, and he'll beat Khabib in August and shut Khabib up. And I think that's what's going to happen. Khabib made a big mistake. He made a big mistake.
Turn around and say, I don't want to fight because I don't want any asterisks next to my damn belt. I don't want it. This is not an interim thing for me. It waters it down. How many? We've had more interim fights than you've had legitimate unification bouts.
Right.
It's pathetic.
Anthony Anderossi.
It almost means like the title don't mean crap. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go.
Thank you, Anthony. You're the man. Thank you for calling the show, my friend.
Talk to you later. Bye.
There you go. Anthony Anderossi joining us, my partner from Caged In MMA. As soon as he heard MMA, he got involved with it. So there you go.
He said he was waiting.
It's going to be very, very interesting as we move forward in the UFC and what the UFC is going to do. Masvidal is a guy that I think would be a great matchup for Conor. I don't know if Conor wants to fight Masvidal because I think they're both kind of the same fighter. And Masvidal has that deadly right and Conor has that deadly left. So I'd be very interested to see that fight and Khabib versus Ferguson, and whoever wins both those fights fight each other. So, but this Gaethje fight, I think it bodes well for Ferguson if he wins because he'll shut everybody up. It doesn't bode well because he's the only one putting his face on the line for this fight. Nobody else is. So I think Anthony is absolutely right. That's it for our show, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back tomorrow. As you guys know, you can call us at 631-965-4990. And remember, you can follow us by going to our website at www.sportsonthego1.com and also www.worldwidesportsradio.com as well. Both, I mean, they're both entwined to each other. Our app will be out soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm very excited about it. I showed you, Speedy, some of the pictures of what it's going to look like. I think a lot of fans are going to love it. Again, we've been working really, really hard to get this thing out on the Android and iOS. So once it's out, I'll let everybody know so you can download it. It'll be the easiest way to get in touch with us. You can go through our social medias. It's right on your phone. It's right on your iPad. All you got to do is open up the app, and it's great. So you don't have to go to a website anymore. So it's really, really great. I'm very excited about it. So that's it, man. Tomorrow we have a lot. Believe it or not, we have a lot of sports to talk about tomorrow. We didn't really get into today. But we got into the Houston Astros situation. We got into our South, AFC and NFC South, and we talked about the MMA fight coming up, the pay-per-view coming up this weekend on Saturday. So do not buy it, ladies and gentlemen. Do not waste your money and buy that main event. Get a Fire Stick and break it. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's not worth a dime to watch. I mean, the fact that you get to watch Ferguson, that's great. Gaethje versus Ferguson is not a fight that you're going to just like, wow, I want to go watch that fight. So don't waste your money. Don't give Dana White any reason that he's going to make money on it. So
now, I wanted to ask you this. Is Dana White worse than Roger Goodell to you? I'm just curious.
Just as bad.
Just as bad?
He thinks he runs mixed martial arts when he doesn't.
Okay.
He runs the UFC right now, and he's ruining what the UFC has to offer, what he built. He built it years and years ago, and like Anthony said, he gave up on it after he made his millions off of it. So, almost his billions. So, he's just to me, he was a good businessman. Now he's one of the worst in my eyes.
All right. Just curious, because we always say Roger Goodell's the worst commissioner in all sports. So I didn't know if Dana White was close to that.
He's right there.
All right.
He's just as bad. And Gary Bettman. Actually, Rob Manfred and Gary Bettman. I think Rob Manfred's...
So it's like 2A, 2B,
yes,
and
I think
Goodell and White are 1A, 1B.
Yes. And I think Gary Bettman is better as a commissioner now than Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred really screwed up, and Rob Manfred's almost up at that 1B. So he's right
getting there.
He's getting there. Just as bad.
I guess it depends on what happens with this Red Sox thing. We'll see.
Absolutely.